Kathy talked about the 44 games and the amount of time your season has. Do you feel like that is too many? Do you feel like it needs to be extended in terms of the full length of time of the season?
Sophie Cunningham finally takes a stand and demands more pay in WNBA. Please subscribe to this channel as you watch. In a bold and impactful move that is shaking the foundations of women's professional basketball, Phoenix Mercury standout Sophie Cunningham has stepped forward to demand a long-overdue change: greater financial recognition for WNBA athletes. Known for her aggressive play style, leadership on the court, and unwavering passion, Cunningham is now lending her voice to one of the league's most persistent battles: equal pay and fair treatment. Her decision to speak out publicly arrives at a pivotal moment, as the disparity in compensation between men's and women's sports continues to generate national debate. With increasing awareness surrounding these inequities and women athletes gaining stronger platforms through social media and mainstream coverage, Cunningham's message has struck a deep chord, not just within her league, but across the entire sports world. A Missouri native and former college basketball star at the University of Missouri, Sophie Cunningham built her career on hustle, heart, and a competitive edge. Since entering the WNBA in 2019 as the 13th overall draft pick, she has proven herself to be a vital part of the Phoenix Mercury's core. Whether it's raining down three-pointers or providing relentless defense, Cunningham has consistently delivered performances that reflect her elite status. However, despite her rising stature and fan popularity, Cunningham has found herself confronted by a harsh reality, one all too familiar to WNBA athletes. Unlike their male counterparts in the NBA, women players often earn a fraction of the salary and must take on additional work during the off-season, frequently traveling overseas just to make ends meet. During a recent post-game interview, Cunningham opened up about the financial struggles WNBA players continue to face. "We train just as hard. We risk just as much. We play with the same intensity. So why are we still being paid so much less?" she questioned, visibly emotional and determined. She further addressed the physical and emotional toll that year-round play has on many athletes. "Most of us don't get an off-season. We're bouncing from one country to another just to survive financially. Our bodies aren't machines. This system is exhausting, and it isn't fair." Cunningham's statements marked a turning point. Not only was she voicing her own truth, but she was also channeling the frustrations of dozens of other players who have been silently enduring similar struggles. Her candidness has placed her at the forefront of a larger movement demanding real change in women's sports. While the WNBA has made strides in recent years, including a 2020 collective bargaining agreement that brought modest improvements in salary, benefits, and travel, major disparities remain. Top-tier players can now earn a base salary in the low $200,000s, with rookies starting much lower. These numbers remain dramatically behind NBA salaries, which soar into the millions. Cunningham acknowledged the progress, but firmly stated that incremental changes are no longer enough. "We're told to be grateful for baby steps, but we're playing professional basketball at the highest level. Being treated like second-class athletes isn't acceptable anymore." Beyond base salaries, WNBA players continue to battle inadequate travel accommodations, limited exposure, and fewer sponsorship opportunities. Cunningham argued that investment, not excuses, is what's needed to close the gap. "If the league wants to grow, they need to treat us like the professionals we are. They need to believe in us, financially and structurally, the way they did with the NBA decades ago." Cunningham's declaration has inspired a powerful wave of solidarity across the WNBA. Prominent stars such as Aya Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and Eric Ogunbowl voiced their agreement and applauded Cunningham for speaking the truth. Wilson, a multiple-time MVP and vocal advocate herself, posted on social media, "Sophie said it loud and clear. We're not settling anymore." Many players shared personal stories of having to borrow money during their first seasons or suffering injuries while playing abroad due to financial necessity. Cunningham's statement became a rallying cry, encouraging more players to step forward and demand better treatment. The WNBA Players Association, WNBPA, also responded with renewed energy, hinting at a potential push for an earlier renegotiation of the current CBA. Advocacy groups, women in sports organizations, and fans flooded social media with support, amplifying Sophie's voice and placing added pressure on league officials and team owners. Outside the league, Cunningham's comments sparked nationwide discussions. Many fans and analysts praised her courage and emphasized the need for structural change. Still, critics argued that the WNBA's financial limitations were a barrier to increased salaries. But Cunningham countered those claims head-on in her interview. "We hear that the league doesn't make enough money to pay us more, but how can it grow if no one's willing to pour into it the way they did with men's sports?" she explained. "It's not just about revenue now, it's about long-term investment.